Hi, I'm Stormy and in this video I'm going to be reviewing the Pandora World of Avatar Disney World Animal Kingdom exclusive toys that are the Banshee puppets that are very, very cool, and I'm going to give you a review and just show these cool little guys to you. So here I have with me two of these awesome Banshee puppets, or also called the Ikran. I can't remember how you pronounce it exactly from the movie, but the easier term for it is the Banshee, and they are very cool, as you can see them moving around here. Now these are actually puppets, they are not animatronics, they're not doing this on their own as much as it kind of looks like they are right now in this video. And I think this one is telling me, what are you talking about? Of course I'm doing this all on my own. So yes, I was lucky enough to manage to get two of these really, really cool toys. They're really, really nice. Like, I'm surprised how cool they are. I actually had a dragon puppet before, but it was, I can't remember the company or the business that made them, but I didn't use it enough, and so I actually ended up selling it not too long ago. But these guys are so cool. I just had to get one of them, and I was lucky enough to manage to get two of them, because I actually did not get these at Disney World. These are secondhand, although from what I've seen the videos of getting these guys at Disney World, it's a pretty cool experience how the cast members go and help you pick out your Banshee, and then like you get to adopt it is what they call it. It's really cool. So unfortunately I've never been to Disney World, so I didn't do that experience, but I did get these two guys secondhand, and they're really cute. What are you doing there? So yes, these guys are super cool, and I have two of them on my shoulders right now. And how they work is they actually have a little, it's actually a really cool thing, like how they do it, because my other dragon puppet I used to have did not work this well, and it did not stay on your shoulder as well. These guys are a little heavy, and they are a little hard to stay on your shoulder still. Like, it's not perfect, but it's almost impossible to get a toy like this, or a puppet like this, to stay really well on your shoulder. And I'm going to go over a little bit more about their weight and how I think they'll do carrying one around for a long time. But how they work is there is a little metal base plate here, and basically all you do is you put this underneath your shirt, and so you just have it like sitting on your shoulder pretty comfortably. However you want. You could also, I believe, put it in different positions if you want it more like on the edge of your shoulder, or if you want it up a little bit closer next to your neck. It just kind of depends on what is comfortable for you, but it is really cool because it's really simple to put on. You just put the little base plate on under your shirt, and then they just stick right on you there. So they're really cool. I'm going to give you a closer look as well, not just of them on here. I will give a closer look of these guys as well. I have not actually used them too much yet. I am planning on taking one of them with me to Disneyland. I don't think I can manage both of them, even though they actually are sitting pretty well on one on each shoulder right now, and they are incredibly cute. I do not think I can manage carrying like two of them, having two of them around all day, especially to keep them animated and moving. It's actually quite hard to remember to make them move right now as I'm doing this video. They are a little heavy though, that's what I will say. Like, for myself, I do have some shoulder and neck problems that I have come up sometimes, and so I'm a little worried how one of these guys I will do with all day on my shoulder or something like that, but they're not too bad. The base plate does keep them on there pretty good. As you can see, they don't come off. They're on there pretty good. They also have their little legs, or not really legs, but like their little claws here. They do move, and they can also kind of help to stabilize them in a specific position. If you guys are interested, I am thinking about doing maybe a vlog at Disneyland very soon with one of these guys on my shoulders and see everybody's reactions, because I haven't, last time I went to Disneyland, I did not see anybody have these at all. So I am very curious to see how people might react to seeing these guys. So I am thinking about doing a little vlog video on that. If you guys are interested in that, you can let me know in the comments. So I have yet to explain how exactly I am controlling these guys. So how they work is they have a little controller thing that is a wire that goes down behind your back, and you can put it underneath your shirt if you want. There's also a little clip on there to clip it to like your shirt or something to keep it stabilized as well. But this right here is how you control these little guys. So whoop, you can see one of them controls their wings to make their wings go up and down. One controls their mouth. And then one controls, this one just hit me in the eye. And one controls, which you have to be careful they don't hit you in the eye. But I know you're sorry. I know you're sorry, little guy. And then one controls their neck. Now, something important about controlling these guys is you do have to hold this out really taut, like really tight, in order for it to work. And supposedly I heard cast members say that the more you use it, the more you won't have to do that as much because it'll get kind of stretched out and it'll work better. But like right now, in order to get this one's wings to go up, I do have to make it pretty taut, because when it's not taut at all, if it's pretty loose, well, this one works a little better. But on the blue one here, if it's not taut, his wings do not go up and down at all. Like, you really have to work it to get his wings to work. I don't think I mentioned that there are 10 different colors of these guys. So I have 2 of them here. There are a total of 5 base colors, and then there's like 2 variations on each base color. So this is the blue base color one with the black and purple variation. And then this is the yellow one with the like teal, green, and black stripes. And so the other 3 base colors they have are red, pinkish purple, and then also a blue-green one. It's kind of like, it's very similar to this one, but it's more of a bluey-green color, more green in the color. But now I think you've got enough of these guys on my shoulders here. Let's actually go ahead and take a closer look at them. Alright, so here we're going to get a closer look at the Banshees. This here is the box that they come in, and it says Banshee, oh my goodness, I can't speak again. Banshee Rookery on it, and there's like this whole Pandora world thing. They've set up like this corporation that is involved with the world of Pandora, the Animal Kingdom at Disney World. So that logo is also on the box. The box is pretty cool. It's got all kinds of like vines and tree looking things going on. And at the bottom it says Banshee interactive toy with sound and movement. It is recommended for ages 5 and up. And then that's basically the box on both sides. So the bottom here has information about it, about which batteries are required, which are AAA, and like how to open and remove the batteries from it. And all fine print stuff. And so you may be wondering, does the puppet require the batteries then in order to work? And no, it doesn't actually. The puppet motions to do things like turning the head and making the mouth open and doing the wings, those actually don't require the batteries. What does require batteries is the sounds, which I have not actually turned on yet in the video because I didn't want them to be too overpowering. So how you get the sound to work is at the bottom of the Banshee there's a little black switch. You just flip it on, and then he does make sounds. So the neck moves. And that is supposed to be a breathing sound. So when you turn his head, he makes that breathing sound. Or her head. This one I actually consider to be a girl. The other one I kind of consider to be a boy. Oh, there goes the wings. So it's making some noises now. And then the head, the mouth makes like a roar and a crunching sound when you snap down. So pretty cool. As you can hear, it makes different variations of sounds. So it's not the exact same sound every time. You get a little bit of variation in there, which is pretty fun. And you can also hear it kind of makes noises just like kind of moving it around a bit sometimes too. I don't know if that's correct or not, or if that's just, but as I'm moving it, he seems to be making some noises here and there, which is pretty cool as well. And something else that is included here with the Banshees, each Banshee comes with this, is the shoulder connector, which I showed you earlier, and a belt clip. And this is what the little belt clip looks like. It's just like a little piece of plastic. And basically what it is it's just like a little holder for the remote or not really the remote, well, it's kind of the remote for the puppet. So how it goes is, I believe, something like this to hold the remote in on your belt, which is pretty cool. And a little bit more detail about the shoulder connector here is that it has like a metal plate on the top, and the other side is actually a pretty nice kind of rubbery material. I'm not sure if this is silicone or what exactly material it is, but it's a pretty comfortable material. So when it sits on your shoulder, it is not like really uncomfortable. I haven't had any problems with it so far. Another little fun addition for the Banshees that is actually sold separately is a little Banshee perch that is really cool. I was going to get one of them and I just haven't bought one yet, but I'm thinking about getting one because it is really neat, and it's just like a little natural looking piece of like wood. It looks like wood, but it's actually plastic and it's got metal in it. So your little Banshee can just sit right on it, and that would actually be a better way to do this video right now instead of having them lay down. But that is a really cool thing that they can also get for the Banshees. And I'll also show you what their tags are here because I still have the tags on them. Banshee interactive toy with sounds and movement, and so this is kind of like the instruction sheet for it, and it's got all the Disney park things going on. And basically on the inside, it just shows you how to use it and how to change the batteries. So it shows how to use the shoulder connector, the on and off button, and how to do the batteries there, how it moves, how the mouth opens, neck swivels, and wings expand. And they show you how to use that with the controller. Then also have a picture of it and more instructions on just how to use it. Now getting a closer look here at the Banshees. I really love their colors. They are very vibrant. We'll first look at the blue one here. And so their material is kind of a silicone. I believe that is what it is a silicone. They're kind of a rubbery, soft feeling, which it feels pretty realistic. And when I first saw these guys from like a few pictures, I assumed that they were actually made of like all plastic, all solid plastic. Like their front legs here are like a solid plastic, and the top of their wings here are also kind of that solid plastic. And I thought that was what they were entirely, but they're actually this kind of really soft silicone, which I think is really cool because it kind of makes them feel more realistic, I believe. Makes them feel more like a Banshee you would see in the Avatar movie. So I believe that is really cool. You can also see it's kind of neat. Their little head things are very, very flexible and bendy, and they actually do stretch a little bit. And so it's kind of neat because they move around and look a little bit more lifelike. So they have some really, really pretty patterns on their heads. I think the patterns on them are all the same, but they do come in different colors, as I mentioned before. But here's just a close look at his head. Really cool. You can get a look at his eyes as well. The eyes are just what I believe to be like little stick-on eyes. I don't really know how else they would do it. But they're not super fancy, the eyes are. They're just kind of like these little stick-on eyes that have a little bit of a glossy finish to them. And they are kind of have a shape of an eye to them, like they're a little 3D. But they're nothing like super fancy, and hopefully they stay on pretty well. I kind of worried though that they will fall off after a while. But right now they're staying on and they look really cool, and so they have two eyes. They have two eyes on each side of the head there. And I believe they have all the same colored eyes, or maybe they have different colors. I'm not really sure. I didn't really pay too much close attention. But this guy has like kind of a yellowy green, actually more of a green, kind of like a yellow-green eye, which is really pretty. Let's get a look at his mouth as well here. And so their mouths are really, really pretty well detailed, I would think anyway. And so they got little teeth. They also have a tongue and more teeth on the bottom. And so this part is like a solid plastic, but it's really cool, and it's got like a glossy finish on it, which really makes it looks kind of realistic and like slobbery a little bit. It's pretty cool. And so that's pretty neat. And I also like how they have like this like skin fold here, like I don't even know how to describe it, but this piece of skin, I'm sure it has a proper name. Their mouths here, which I think looks really realistic because it kind of looks like it stretches almost when they open and close their mouths, even though it doesn't, but it just is a nice little touch, I believe. So moving down his head, you can see the neck has some really cool striping going on. I love the stripes on them. their belly is all, their neck, underside of the neck and the underside of their belly are this really pretty tan color, and I believe that is on most of the Banshees. They have this tan colored underbelly, no matter what color they are. I think most of them have this pretty tan colored underbelly, but they're just really gorgeous. You can move down its back and see all those really pretty details going on. And on the underside here, there is the little button to make the sounds work. And you just basically flip it on and off. Pretty easy. You cannot do that when it's on your shoulder. You can't really flip the switch to make it have the sounds come on or not. So you usually have to take him off, the Banshee off your shoulder, in order to turn the sounds either on and off. But how they work for your shoulders, if they have two magnets, which I believe are pretty sure right here, on these two areas are where they have the magnets that make them stay on your shoulder. And then this is also where the batteries are. You unscrew this screw, and then there's two AAA batteries on the inside on there. And they usually come with two batteries when you get them directly from Disney World. So we'll look here at his, like, I don't know what you'd call these, but they're like the little ends of his wings almost. They're like little claws. These are cool because they do move. They can move pretty far. The only thing that's really stopping them is the wings here. But they move and they help to get the Banshee stable on your shoulder, which is pretty cool. So you can move these however you want to move them. Pretty neat. Again, they can move pretty far back, all the way down, or all the way up. So that is pretty neat. And then they have the same thing on the back. And these ones are shaped a little bit differently, but again, they like that cool little claw going on there. And these are, again, also nicely painted and shaded like the rest of the body. And these, again, move. And if you're storing your Banshee, it seems like the recommended way to store them is actually to move these underneath them, like that. So that way they're a little bit more compact in a way. But when you're wearing them, you have to move these up in order for them to go on your shoulder. On the wings, they have what they call the wing membrane. And this is actually painted on both sides, which is a nice touch. And so this is this nice silicone material again, and it's just kind of rubbery and silicone-y and kind of soft and very flexible. And then the wings have like 3 pieces here. One piece has the wing membrane attached to it, and the other two kind of move freely. This guy does not work as well on his wings, so I don't know if I'm not going to be able to get him to flip them up right now, but that is their full position when they're flipped up, which is pretty cool. The wings, what I like about them is that they are made of some clear plastic on part of it. You can see they got like a clear plastic kind of thing going on here. They're very nicely textured. They are really realistic, I think, for what they showed in the movie, that the Banshees had this kind of neat like see-through part on the end of their wings. And so these Banshees have the same thing going on, which is really cool. Lastly, we'll go down to their tails. Part of the line for the puppet remote is at the back here by their tail. And so it comes out there, and it's pretty easy to wear it underneath your shirt this way, I think. But it kind of does depend on like what you're wearing, if this will work better outside or inside of your shirt. Whatever is more comfortable. And so there's the tail, which is really cool, and again, it's that silicone material, and it just kind of, as you can see, it flips and flops around and moves all over, which is really nice because I think it makes it more realistic, the fact that it bends and moves and isn't so stiff, because I think these guys are just really cool for that fact. They don't look very stiff, they look pretty lifelike in that sense. The tail has that pretty color on the end of it. And I love the shape of their tails. They're just really cool. So there you go. There's a nice look at the blue one. And since I went over most of the features, we'll go over the yellow one now. But we will only go over it briefly because we showed basically all what's going on the other one. So here is the yellow and teal one. Again, just gorgeous looking creature. The inside of the mouth is painted, and I believe it's kind of a different, or is it the same colored mouth as the other one? Never really noticed or checked. Okay, so the insides of their mouths are pretty much the same, maybe slight difference in color, but for the most part, the inside of their mouths are painted the same. But just really pretty. And I love this one, how these like little teal with the black really stands out. I think that's really cool. Really, really pretty creatures. So there's the underside of it. Again, these really cool claws. Love, love, love these colorings. They're so pretty. And it is really hard to pick a color on these. I had a really hard time because there are seriously so many colors of these guys that I just really, really like. They're really cool. I wonder if Disney is going to come out with even more colors of them. I honestly wouldn't be surprised because they're apparently pretty popular. So there is the yellow one for you. Really cool and pretty. Here's again just a quick kind of close-up of the remote. It seems like they get kind of worn out pretty fast, like just the outside of it does kind of get scratched a little bit easier from wear and use. But that's really okay because you don't really want people to see you using it anyway. So the remote, again, this is for the neck motion, is to move that back and forth. To open the mouth is pushing this down, and to make the wings flap, you push that part in. And so you can control this with one hand. And so you can have it one hand like that, so you can have a finger on each control, which is really cool, so you can control them just with one hand. And the back side of the remote here has the little copyright information and VIN number. And then there's a little clip for your shirt or whatever you want to clip this on to help stabilize the remote. Alright, now that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe because I am going to be doing a lot more Disney and particularly Disneyland videos pretty soon here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody!